Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is where we embrace our crochet ADHD and have fun doing it. I just had my first market of the Christmas season yesterday and it was at a dance studio. Those girls are so talented. It was amazing to watch them. I know that there's some same dancers as there was last spring and it's amazing to see how far they've come. I tried some new things at this market that I've never done before, and I want to let you guys know how they went, because if you watch my prep video, you will know about the stocking stuffer goodie bags that I made, and I'm very excited to tell you guys how that went, as well as the elf accessories like the hat, the sleeping bag, and the scarves. So I'm very excited to get into that and let you guys know how much I made and whether or not I'll be doing this market again. So let's get into it. So this is the night before the market, and this is the current mess in my living room from trying to pack all the stocking stuffer kits. It looks a little chaotic, but I will get it all done. Okay, so I'm really excited because last year that wall was like right here, and we were in this spot and right here, and my spots this year were right there, 3 and 4, but they decided to move the coffee table right there. And so people will be going right there for coffee. And I now have these 2 spaces right next to the doors. So I am so excited about this. Okay, so this is my first setup. I'm gonna have my loaf cats right there and my large plushies right here. It actually took a minute. I feel like I was playing Jenga trying to figure out how this thing was gonna go. So this will be interesting. Okay, so this is my setup right now. I do have my pumpkins. Let me flip this sign up. Okay. So those are right there. I was able to set my octopus right here and a few desk plants. I'm glad I have some of those. Here are my keychains and my car charms and my wheel. And this time I only have one discount, 120% off, and the rest is going to be candy canes and stickers. So I have an overabundance of these. I'm prepared for that. And just an update on this piece of wood, I did have my husband put an extra piece right here. So now it's like this T, so I can separate the $10 kits and the $20 kits so that they don't get mixed up. And let me tell you, this was not easy to wrap. I could have more catnip toys. I'm kind of disappointed in myself in that, but I'm actually extremely happy with this. This was a pain in the butt as well to set up, but I got, that's reflecting kind of bad. I got this case at Michael's for, or I'm sorry, at Hobby Lobby for $27. Michael's wanted like $100 for this kind of case. And I have Rosie and her little family in here helping me display all my little hats and stuff. I'm super excited about that. Here are my emotional support monsters. So that's awesome. And then I got all my plushies right here, and I decided to throw in this bag that I made a long time ago. So that's fun. And I got my Adopt-A-Cats right here. So I'm hoping that people still come in right here because it is right by the door and they are totally more than welcome to walk in here. So this is what it looks like. And it is about to open. So tell me what you think. There's Logan. Logan, say hi. Took advantage of the window right there and put all my mystery boxes right there because I did not have enough room on my table. So I'm very glad I did that. Okay, so after all that was done and I got home yesterday, I left everything out in the hallway. I didn't want to touch anything. I was so exhausted. My feet hurt. Doing these markets takes so much out of me. And somewhere along the way, I messed up my spreadsheet. So I did not bring a spreadsheet with me, but I did have one on my computer, and I tried to just copy and paste like all my inventory that I had from last market to this one and like my ending numbers. And somehow where I had my quantity, the number that I was starting with, all of them got put to 9. I don't know what happened. I don't understand spreadsheets that well. So I think maybe I just need to go back to old-fashioned paper and pen, doing it in hand by hand, even if I don't bring it to the market, but at least that way nothing will get changed on accident. So I had to kind of remember and guess what I put for some of these, but I do have a total of what I made and I do know most of what sold. So let's see, the loaf cats that I made, everybody knows my loaf cats, or if you're on my channel, you probably know my loaf cats by now. So I had made, I wanna say 19, yeah, I had 19 colorful cats, and then I had 12 natural cats, and I sold only one colorful cat, which was absolutely crazy. And I sold 4 of the natural cats. And if you watch the last market I did, I sold 22. So this market, I really only sold 5, which was crazy. But I had raised the price from 10 to 12. So maybe that had something to do with it. But they definitely were not the most popular thing at this market, which was crazy because the last dance market I did, they just flew off the shelves. I sold 22 of them, made like $200. It was crazy. But my emotional support monsters were very popular. I did only sell 2. I say very popular. Everybody loved them, but I sold 2 of them. So that was awesome. Maybe 3. I think I sold 2. I still didn't sell any of my pumpkins that I made, so that's kind of sad. And I had those mystery boxes that I put on the back window. I kept forgetting to tell people about them and nobody noticed them. So I didn't sell any of those, which is crazy. That was probably my fault. I didn't have enough room for those on the table. So I put them on the window, which is, at least they were there, but I totally kept forgetting to tell people about them. So I didn't sell any. I didn't sell any of my octopus, which was kind of sad. Those little octopuses that I had, like the Christmas tree one and the Santa one, didn't sell any of those. Got a lot of good compliments on them, but I didn't sell any of those. I did, however, sell 2 of my turtles. So that was awesome. I sold my strawberry turtle and the ice cream turtle, which I've had forever. And I sold one of my snakes, and it was the rainbow snake with cherries on it. So I don't know if I probably don't have a picture of it. Honestly, sorry to everybody who loves pictures on it, but it was a snake and it was like confetti looking and it had cherries on it. But one thing I did want to note about that is when those 3 items sold, they sold all to the same person. So that would have been a $75 sale. He did get 20% off because I did have one slot on my wheel that had 20% off, which would have been $5 off of one of them. Well, my son was in there watching my booth while I was taking a break, and he said that the guy was kind of intimidating. And when my son went to pull out the calculator, the guy was like, "Oh, it's $5 off, so that's 60." And my son felt a little intimidated, so he just sold him for 60, and that guy got a $15 discount, which is ridiculous. But it is what it is. So I told him about that. Next time just say, "Okay, 1 second, let me double check," and just pull out your calculator. Hello, Monsieur Willow. Mwah. So Willow actually just got back from the vet last week. And I don't know if you've noticed, but he's not growing very much. And we have Smokey, who's been in my last few videos, who is double the size. Willow is 12 weeks old, and we did just get his blood taken a couple days ago. And it turns out he is anemic and has a low red blood cell count. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with him. He's a little sickly. We've got him on anti-nausea medication, and I have a little bed for him right here on my desk now. So he's right next to me. So definitely keep Mr. Willow in your prayers, please. And if anybody has any guidance or has dealt with this before, please give me some guidance and well wishes, please. I didn't sell my cows. Some of the keychains are kind of hard to keep track of because I made those stocking stuffers, and the keychains are still in there, and I'm not unpacking those yet because I do have another market I just signed up for in 3 weeks. So I'm going to leave those packed in there. So I did try to count the keychains that were in there, and I think I may have sold 3 chill pill keychains. I'm not sure. I am just so frustrated about this spreadsheet that got messed up, and I'm not sure of a great way to track the things like the mystery boxes and the goodie bags, for inventory purposes like this. This is overwhelming at times. But I did sell one of my ghost keychains, which was cute. Oh, and the catnip toys. I was so frustrated with this because I probably had close to 20 and I sold 13 of them. And the reason why I'm frustrated is because of the spreadsheet thing. And I know for dang sure I didn't have 9. And so it's just frustrating how I had all the quantity numbers changed to 9. I don't know what happened. But I did sell, I have 4 of them left, and I almost sold out of the catnip toys. Those were definitely the most popular. I even had this one lady came and she's like, "My mom just got home with the catnip toy and said the cat loved it. And she called me and told me to get another one." So that was awesome. So the catnip toys are absolutely popular. This is what I use. I get it from Walmart. It's Smart Kitty. It's pretty cheap. It's organic catnip. And so it's, it's pretty good. I like it. Willow doesn't care for it. Smokey loves it though. I didn't sell any of my desk plants. The face scrubbies were popular. So let's get into the goodie bags, right? So I actually sold 2 of each. I sold 2 of the $10 bags, and both of them had face scrubbies in them and a couple keychains. And I sold 2 of the bigger bags that had hand warmers in them. And so that was $40 right there, $20 a piece. And that was awesome. Everybody loved those ideas. Having my husband nail in that last board that separated the T and made it into a T, you know, so I could separate the bag sizes was absolutely a smart idea. I'm glad I did that at the last minute. And yeah, that thing was not easy to wrap, but I'm absolutely happy about this. And I hope that I can use that again for something else. I'm not sure, but I was actually really happy about that and that those sold. And like I said, I'm going to have those again. Everybody absolutely loved the elf accessories. Absolutely. Those were such a big hit, and it worked a lot better when I raised the display box. And at the very end, when I was packing everything up, I dropped it and broke it. So I got to use it once. But I did do a couple bundles where like they were supposed to be $5 each. And so I told them if they wanted to get 1, 2, 3, I would do it for 12. And I figured that was fine. It tickles, it tickles. Mr. Willow, stop. I made $336 in sales, and I paid $76 for 2 booth spaces. And so I made a profit of $260, which is not as much as I made in the spring market, which is kind of disappointing. So I might try it one more time in spring. And if I make more than this, then I know that spring is definitely the time to do this market, because I was thinking, you know, Christmas is coming and everybody's going to want these little things, but maybe it's, I don't know, maybe people like to just shop in department stores, you know? So I have no idea, but I did enjoy myself. I absolutely loved all those dancers. They're so talented. I want to show you guys some of their dances. We'll see. Hopefully I don't get copyright strike for it, but you're okay. But I did enjoy myself. I love this venue. I do enjoy the atmosphere, and they have it done in an awesome way where all the kids walk through to the back and have to go to the studio to get ready, and then the parents can shop while they do their performances. And I know, I know. And they do this so that it gets the kids used to performing in front of people for their big performances that they do a few times a year. So this is just something they do in their studio, and then they have a very large venue that they do another like concerts in. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some insight on some stuff that you can do for your next Christmas market. Like I said, the elf accessories, everybody loved them, but I would absolutely have something like an enclosed box display case that you could put them in so that the kids don't touch it. You know, they're not supposed to touch the elves anyway, but you know, they're kids. So yeah, I think as far as doing this market again, I will try it again next spring. And if I make more, then I will just stick to the spring markets at this venue. But I do have another market coming up. I just applied for, and it's up in Corvallis. It's about an hour away. So, and I've never been there. I've been to the city, but I've never been to this event before. So that'll be interesting. And I think the most of the stuff that I have to rework up is the catnip toys. Yes, the catnip toys. The catnip toys, because those are absolutely the most popular. I think I'm good on the stocking stuffer kits. I'll just try to sell out of the ones that I have. Jump. Maybe I should make a couple more turtles, because those definitely sold. I could probably make a few more loaf cats, but I think for the most part, I'm probably pretty good. Sorry, everybody, my video cut out there for a second, but what I was saying is I do think that I'm, for the most part, prepared for this next market. I'm definitely going to work up some more catnip toys. That's probably what I'm going to focus on. I probably have enough keychains. Like I said, stocking stuffer kits are good. I might make some more turtles and emotional support monsters, but I'm definitely going to be rocking out these catnip toys. But yeah, until then, and I will see you guys this next Saturday. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be putting out this week. Let me know what you guys want to see. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time. But remember, above all else, Jesus loves you.